Welcome back to Black Cat Crypto Club. So we've had the halving over the weekend on Friday night, and we instantly saw Bitcoin transaction fees just skyrocket. And there's some big reasons for that. I'm going to get into all of that and more. But before we do, guys, as always, if you have not donated and helped the animals out over at Emery Farm, we're sponsoring them this month. If you haven't helped them out, please go do so. Buy yourself some good faith, some good karma. Also, guys, we have that raffle with these guys. And this is what the raffle is for. It's a portrait of your pet. And guys, I had Emery Farm do this one for me. This is my first dog, Zeno. And let's just look at these pictures. You know, this, you can see the actual photo up here in the corner. And this is what she did this photograph off of. Let's see. There we go. Just kind of the progression here of how she does these. And then this is the final product. Just amazing work. So you can either buy these outright, go over to Emery Farm, go into their link tree and order one of these, or you can jump in on the raffle that we're doing this month, the end of this month. Every $5 that you donate to them gets you an entry into the raffle. And to get into the raffle, guys, I don't know when you're donating. So if you do donate, make sure to send me a picture of your donation so I can get you into that raffle. So, and as always, guys, all of their information, their PayPal, their WhatsApp, or not their WhatsApp, their Cash App, their Venmo, and their links to their pages where you can order those photographs and everything. All of that is in the description of the video. So make sure you go over, do that. Send me the pictures, remember, of any donations so I can get you entered into that raffle. So what's going on with Bitcoin and Bitcoin transactions? If you guys had tried to make any transaction after the halving, you will know that the fees are just out of control. That first block, that 840,000th block, the block of that new epic after the halving, we saw there was a lot of stuff going on in that block. A lot of people were searching for the epic Satoshi, which is the first Satoshi that's mined after that halving. And if you get that Satoshi, guys, I don't really understand it, but a Satoshi is 1/100th of a Bitcoin. So it's under a cent. But if you get the first Satoshi, that epic Satoshi, it's like it's $1 million Satoshi, apparently. I don't really understand the logic there, but it is what it is. So there was a lot of that going on, a lot of people looking for that, trying to get that epic Satoshi. There was also people that were just trying to be a part of that first block of the epic. So there was actually one person that paid $700,000 in fees to send 97 cents worth of Bitcoin just to be part of that block. Again, I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Now, if you tried to make a transfer of Bitcoin that night after the halving, you will have noticed that fees were just crazy. $80, $180, and up and up and up. So why that happened? Well, we've got to get into a few things, but let's go back maybe 3 weeks or a month. And we're going to look at Solana, guys, because Solana, what happened with Solana was transactions started failing. The network was getting congested. And the reason for that was a lot of spam. People were spamming the networks. We had bots that were spamming the networks. But also, I was watching Scott Melker, and he was saying that in one day, there was 20,000 new meme coins that came into existence. Not 20,000 of one meme coin or a few meme coins. No, 20,000 different coins came into existence in one day. And although I understand the gambling aspect of meme coins, when you have 20,000 new meme coins coming into existence in one day, that's not gambling, guys. That's either scams, people rug pulling people, or it's just spam. And so Anatoly, the creator, the head guy of Solana, kind of was losing his mind trying to make a bug fix patch for this bug and all of these spam transactions, pulling his hair out for weeks. I kept seeing his tweets, and it was a stressful time for those guys for sure. But they got it all figured out. Anatoly came out and was like, listen, this is, obviously this is a Solana issue. We're working on it, but this is going to be an issue for everyone, this spam. And, we saw all the Bitcoin maxis, and listen, guys, I'm probably, if there's any maxis that are going to be watching this video, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. But guys, I would have called myself a maxi back in, 2016. And really largely, I still am. I think Bitcoin is the king. I think it's the best long-term investment. But maxis have kind of a religious view, and they take it even further into aspects of their lives that have nothing to do with Bitcoin. But the maxis, really jumped on that with Solana and said, oh, haha, Solana, shitcoin, everything but Bitcoin is going to zero, all the regular maxi talk. And it kind of came back to bite them in the what. So fast forward to the halving. We had, at that halving block, we had runes, Bitcoin runes, that were the rune protocol was activated. And what the rune protocol is it's kind of a DeFi play. Back in 2022, we had BRC20s, which made ordinals, and ordinals are kind of like NFTs on Bitcoin. And so both of those are just kind of DeFi plays, but neither of them do it well. Honestly, they just don't. There's been a lot of meme coins built on Bitcoin, and the ordinals don't work great. I mean, they are what they are, and there's value in some of them, but they don't do it great. There was an instance where a friend of mine was thinking about, his Bitcoin transaction wasn't going through as quick as was expected. And we were kind of talking through and like how we could fix that. And it ended up going through just fine. But if he would have had to take action to try and like cancel that transaction so he could reinitiate it, if he would have had any ordinals in his wallet to do that, he would have lost all of those. So the ordinal protocol, this rune protocol, they just don't do it as well as these other DeFi networks. And that's what maxis don't really understand is yes, Bitcoin is the king. It's the most scarce hard money that we've ever seen. And it does that better than any network out there. That's for sure. But there is more to life than hard money. Even in finance, we've got all of DeFi, and we've got everything else that could benefit from decentralization. that Bitcoin just isn't designed for. It's not designed for it. It doesn't do it well. It does what it does great, and it is the king. But there is more to things than just that, and that's what maxis don't understand. They don't see the value in these other protocols, these other coins. And so now they're trying to do all of that on Bitcoin, and that is what is making prices go crazy. It's this Rune protocol where I think there were 4 meme coins that came out after the halving, and it just sent prices through the roof for fees, for network fees. And I think this is going to come down. Last time I checked this morning, and fees were still about $55, which is way too much. You know, you can't spend, or you can't send $100 worth of Bitcoin, you know, off exchange or wherever with fees like that. You know, like fees of $55 don't make sense. And to be completely honest, fees of $2 or $3, which is pretty regular for Bitcoin, that doesn't make sense in a lot of aspects, right? Like that's why Solana right now, Solana is awesome, and they've shipped that bug fix, and everything's working pretty well on Solana. But you can make microtransactions with Solana. You can make NFTs for ticketing events. You can make millions of tickets for very cheap on Solana. With Bitcoin, you can't do that. And with $2 to $3 fees, that kind of prices out those mass transaction kind of things. So, you know, eventually I think Lightning Network on Bitcoin will kind of bring that down. But right now, especially right now with that $55, you know, transaction fee, Bitcoin just isn't cutting it. And the maxis need to start understanding this, and we need to stop using Bitcoin's network for things that it's not designed for. And this is something that, you know, I think it is coming down. I think these runes, you know, people that are participating in the runes and these NFTs and ordinals are starting to realize that maybe they're not going to work out. And hopefully, you know, they just go away and fade out into oblivion. Because Bitcoin's great, but it's not designed for that. And, you know, if it doesn't subside, if fees continue to climb and there seems to be no way out of that, that would be something that would shake my belief in Bitcoin. That would make me rethink my position in Bitcoin. And I think it'd make a lot of people rethink their positions in Bitcoin. And in a previous video, guys, I stated that I was never planning on selling Bitcoin. And that is true. I realized that I didn't really qualify that very well, because it kind of came off as, I'm never selling Bitcoin. I will follow it to the end of the world and into heaven. You know, very religious kind of statement. And I didn't mean for it to come off that way. I don't plan on selling Bitcoin unless there is something that fundamentally changes what Bitcoin is. And exorbitant fees like this would definitely make me rethink. Another one would be at like a 51% attack on Bitcoin. And what that is if one single miner, one single entity controlled 51% of the mining power, that is a 51% attack. And what that does is essentially it makes the network untrustworthy. you know, because that one person can go back if they control 51% of the network, they can go back, they can change transactions, and it becomes unreliable. So that would be something that if we got close to that, I would be rethinking my position in Bitcoin. And there's some other things, but all of those are such a small percentage of actual chance that we have that happen. So I do still say that I really don't see myself selling Bitcoin. So yeah, I mean, back in 2000, it was early when I got in, probably 2013, 2014. The 51% attack thing there was a big narrative around that. Now, I don't think we really came close to that, but we were definitely closer than we are now. Now that's almost impossible to do. But, you know, we were closer back then. It was a narrative, and Bitcoin was young. You know, Bitcoin was only 3 or 4 years old. And so the possibility of that seemed pretty real. Now, you know, like I said, it's a long shot from doing that now. But if that did become a thing again, that would be something that I would consider. But anyways, guys, getting back to these fees, the maxis that think that Bitcoin can do everything and that everything else is crap is such a bad narrative. And we can see that there is more to be done than what Bitcoin can handle. If you can't see that there's more decentralized things that need to happen in the world than what Bitcoin is designed to do, I don't know if I can help you with that. You know, it's very short-sighted. But hopefully those fees are coming down. Hopefully these runes and these ordinals and things can just kind of fade away. So anyways, guys, if you have not, please like, subscribe, and share these videos with anybody you can. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.